Hey friends, it's Chris, and this is week 13 already of Digital Confirmation Ministry. So, welcome back. Um, Today we are continuing our journey through the Old Testament, and we're talking about prophets, the people who God sends to tell all the people what they need to hear. Um, Stop doing the bad things, start doing the good things, turn back to God, that kind of stuff. So, Um, we've got a big activity to do first, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the lesson. You can dig into that. But here's where we want to start. We are going to do experience where I want you to make an obstacle course. Now, you can do this two ways. You can do this physically at your house, in some space of your house, or you can do it with a piece of paper. So, first off, if you're going to do this in your house, I would suggest living room, basement, something like that, hallway. Make sure it's cool with mom and dad. Explain it's for church. I'm learning about the Lord. And I want you to set up an obstacle course. Now, you're going to need a couple other things. You're going to need a blindfold or a handkerchief or something like that. Towel works fine, whatever you can muster up. And you're going to need their help. So if you can get a sibling, a parent, somebody to help you out with this, super duper. Because what you're going to do is set up your obstacle course, have a start and an end date, and a whole bunch of stuff in the middle. The thing is, you can't touch any of the stuff in the middle. So whether that's a soccer ball or an end table or a clothes basket or a pair of shoes, like you can't touch any of it. You've got to make it from your beginning spot to your end spot without doing any of that. The catch is, you're going to be blindfolded. Now, the reason you need someone else there is they are going to provide vocal directions. They can tell you where to go, like turn left or step back or look out. But they can't touch you or anything else. So they can't move that chair out of the way to make it easier. They can say, go around the chair, go to the left, go to the right, that kind of thing. Okay? But to make it even more challenging, if you've got anyone else in your family, have them come and just be yelling all kinds of nonsense. If you don't have anyone else in your family or they're not available, then turn on music, like put it on every thing in your house. If you got a radio or a phone, and turn your TV on, put something loud on. You just want a bunch of chaos, okay? As much as you can tolerate, unless you're like a sound sensitive or stimulation sensitive. But you're trying to make it a bit chaotic so that it's harder to hear where that person is telling you to go. And I want you to think about that experience at the end when you go to your lesson about the prophets. Now, I said you could do this a second way. If you don't want to bungle up your whole house or a hallway or whatever, totally fine. Or mom, dad, grandma, grandpa say, nope, not cool. You can learn about the Lord a different way. That's okay. We have a different way for you. Grab a piece of paper. Ask that person to mark a starting point and an ending point, and then draw all kinds of obstacles on the sheet of paper. I just whipped this up. It was one of my kids' coloring sheets that they didn't use. And so I just made a circle down here for a start point. I made a circle up here for an end point, and I just doodled a whole bunch of random stuff in the middle. You will still need a blindfold, and you're welcome to put on some extra music or something, and that doesn't matter as much. But you put the blindfold on, grab your pen, pencil, marker, what have you. You can start at start, put your blindfold on, and then you need to navigate to that end point while that person gives you the direction. So they might say, like, go up slowly. Ooh, stop. Go a little to the right. Nope. Back it up. Okay, there's a star. Go around, And again, reflect on that experience of what was it like not knowing what to listen to? How did it feel trying to navigate the room or the paper without knowing exactly what you were supposed to be doing? How did you trust that person's voice? These are some of the questions that you are encouraged to think through as you go to that activity. Now, again, I said I'm not going to spend a lot of time with this. I want you to dig into it. It's a blue sheet in your curriculum, your binder materials. But we're talking about the prophets. We've got a couple different ones that we're looking at today. And again, this is the part in the Old Testament where uh, we've been following them for a long time, hundreds of years. And the people and the leaders of Israel, God's people, they continue to screw up and fail, and they don't follow God's instructions. And so, again, that's why God sent the prophets in order to call out to them, to guide them away from bad things and back toward God and good things. And so you can learn about those stories. All right. Um, Next week, we take a little detour from this arc of God's people in the Old Testament. In the middle of your Bible, if you were just pop it open, odds are you would open to the book of Psalms. And in the middle of our Bible in the Old Testament, there's a set of books that are like poetry and wisdom bits. They're not really the story of God's people, but they provide a lot of um, grounding for our faith. And so we have the book of Psalms, and we have Lamentations, and um, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon, and some things in there. So we are going to detour into the Psalms, one of my favorite books of the Bible, next week, and talk about how the Psalms um, draw us into worship with God by reaching deep into really every part of our emotional experience as human beings. Um, there will be a playlist of contemporary Christian music for you to listen to. It's a Spotify playlist or available on YouTube. It's the same songs. So go listen to that. You can watch the lyric videos on YouTube. But that's for next week, okay? So check that out. I'll post the link with this video so you can get a head start on that before next week. Otherwise, take care. God bless. Peace out. I will see you around. Bye.